My name is Brent Randall, and I am one of the owners at Randall Carpentry, operating as Accurate Stairs and Railings. And my main duty, I guess, in the company is general manager / operations manager. I've got a background of 26 plus years working in stair manufacturing, and the last 15 years solely for myself and starting to build up a company. A lot of family involved now, brother, wife, sister-in-law, son, daughter, a second brother also. So company's definitely taken on a new face from when I first started it many years ago, and our region is within an hour and a half drive from Ottawa Central. Mostly custom homes, and we do have some builder type clientele that do building projects of where they have site development of a couple of hundred homes and doing 30 to 40 a year of the same models. But the majority of the work is higher end project management type clientele where they're building private individual houses, and more custom. So it's a one-off design almost every time. And now with switching to StairCon, we find that we are using it more and more on a daily basis. So this was first when we had started with StairCon, and the timing couldn't have been better to sign up with StairCon. And the key thing is they wanted the stringer to continue and flow through the landings and the floor levels, so it was all connected, and then the railings in turn to follow on top of the house stringer. So right from day one when they started framing, we worked with the builder to set up the stair design months before we had even started fabricating the stairs. Knowledge transfer is of the utmost importance, and if we can have it put into a database that somebody can learn to use instead of having to just transfer that information from person to person and taking the time that it takes there, I think it's key to the longevity of our company for sure. A decent buildup of database models, and then just continue building on that. Like our center box stringer is a popular one also. We're building them almost every week. Maybe 50% of the job I do, give them a 3D print screen so that they can helps them get a visual of what they're building, and they get to see the stair in 3D. A picture is worth 1,000 words, right? So, most things now are online. My daughter Alexandra is the lead on the sales end of it, and doing online meetings with clients and sending them their images for approval, and then having virtual meetings with them to review.
My name is Alexandra Randall. I'm Brent Randall's daughter, and I do all of the sales, design, and marketing for the company. For me, being able to create stairs and StairCon, and then being able to show the clients what they're getting, because a lot of them, when they read a quote, they don't really understand or they can't visualize the stair. So for me, this is a great selling point because they're able to physically see what they're getting. Here, I'll just pretty much describe what it is, to let them know, this is a 6x6 center steel stringer, and then I'll kind of describe it a little bit more, that it has the angled riser plates, and we're painting it in white. I'll describe the tread profile. Here I kind of went a little bit more to explain the glass, because this is actually the glass is bolted to the treads, and we have a tread piece on the outside of the glass to kind of cover the bolts. And then here is to kind of explain there's glass, but it's a different application. This one is actually channeled into the floor. Another thing that I really liked was underneath the stair right now is not covered, but usually this is covered with drywall, but we don't do that. So it's kind of great to put a note here saying that the drywall underneath the stairs would be done by someone else. And then here I just kind of describe what type of spindle that is. Here describing that it's a mid-post, and here describing the style of post. So just kind of describing it a little bit more when I'm sending off the link. So yeah, it's a great feature because a lot of people don't understand stair terminology like we do. I deal with a lot of private homeowners, builders and contractors that do renovations in houses. I use StairCon to recreate as close as possible the stair that we have provided an estimate for. And then usually right now I'll have a virtual meeting with the client and actually have StairCon running with them looking at their stairs and kind of design with them on the go, different posts or different style of spindles and try to get it as close to what they want. When you're looking at pictures, the client will go from one style to the next, right? Like they'll be like, oh, I like option 1, but I also like option 3 and I like option 4. And they want quotes on all these options, which is a lot of time and effort on our part to quote and then possibly not get the job. So I find if I do it in StairCon, it kind of helps, point a little bit. It's kind of quicker because then it's just a click and okay, you want spindles, this is the best way we do it. And then we kind of just change a few things. I find it quicker that way, to be honest. Which this is like a typical stair that we do quite often. But again, the client had a few options where it was a close stringer on this side. So kind of being able to show them, different options in their stair setting was kind of great. This one's actually pretty cool. This is Brent that created this one, but this is the one that he had done. He figured out how to do columns in the house with walls, doors. So this is like almost an exact representation of what the client's house looks like, down to the doors, columns, and then again, doors upstairs for the hallway. Like it's exactly like the client's house.
So I find myself when I'm measuring, I do measure the hallways, all of the walls, and then draw them in so that, they can say, okay, if I'm in my living room or my dining room, I look across, this is what I'm going to see. So that one right now it's installed. We're just waiting for the glass. Like this definitely helps as far as post placement and railing offsets. I find when I have posts and glass like this, the StairCon drawing definitely assists me. If I've got the project drawn in StairCon, then it is definitely more precise than if my old way of doing it with, okay, it's a certain number of risers, you need this length, add some extra. So, and then spindles, okay, we need this, send out so many more. So I find myself even checking now in my drawings, okay, and measuring, this is the length that I need. So I do see the savings of materials and eliminating waste for sure. So our channeled glass, this is a very popular stair style for us. So having this one, being able to quickly show the clients and stuff, and even for shop work orders, I've done a couple like this. But it's a very popular model, and having the ability to quickly draw this and show it to clientele is just amazing. Like this, typical carpet grade closed staircase, we have one builder that, builds a lot of these. So it's great having it. Just, that's one of the first ones that we're putting into as far as doing shop work orders and stuff and in production. So it's a simpler one, obviously. So it's, Natalie's been doing this for a builder that she's dealing with. So she's working on that one.
My name is Natalie Randall, and I take care of the builders for our company. So the ones that have 100 plus homes a year. And now with StairCon, we're able to output to printouts where most of our information for construction of stairs is on that. And then we just bring them to production. Stairs gets built and then out for delivery with the same piece of paper, the same work order that we print out from StairCon. So this gets printed out for our guys in the back for producing, which gives them the details of the risers, the tread, and as well as the material, since most of them are carpet grade, this is our basic code there, paint grade, carpet grade stairs. They're closed both sides, meaning they're between walls. And then when it is a hardwood staircase, then we're able to add in this information after the fact once we know the stain color and the finishing that will be set up for a hardwood staircase. Also set up for client signature, let's say. So we want them to confirm that these are the proper dimension, and then for them to sign off on. There's one more document that we've set up was for glass measurements. And what's great about StairCon is that it outputs to the XF files that we're able to email out to our glass vendor, and they produce glass.
So usually I'll print out this for our guys for the installs, and then I'll actually create the DXF file that I can send off to our glass vendors to have the glass produced.
So this is one that we just installed these stairs today. Multiple viewings with the customer of different layouts, so it's it definitely helped in them making their final decisions, which was good because it incorporates a lot of things, different shaping the first tread, a different shape, position of posts and such. So it's, I find it's great. Like on the sales end of it, it's just awesome because more and more people want to see things, and they're very visual.
Usually the client came here and they're looking at products and they're seeing stuff, so you kind of follow what the client wants. I find with virtual, they're expecting you to do a presentation, right? Because they're not physically here looking at stuff, so they're waiting on you to kind of show them in that direction. So you're kind of doing a presentation. So I found that, I've been using StairCon because the first meeting I had virtually, I had no idea what I was doing. I didn't know how to go about it. So I said, you know what, I'll just pull up StairCon. I looked at their pictures because they'll send pictures beforehand. So I find it's easier to stream their design and ideas. You kind of help narrow their options. So I'll do that and then, play around. So I find it's interactive. It's, helpful. For virtual, it's great.